Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce, Ulhasnagar 4, digital platform of teaching and learning, Edupedia. Today myself, Assistant Professor Komal Kamra, is going to share a gist of the topic Evolution of Management Thoughts, Module 1, coming under the subject Principles of Management for FYBMS Semester 2. Let us begin with the first contributor, F.W. Taylor, Frederick Winslow Taylor. He is famously known as the father of scientific management because whatever principles he suggested, those are based on cause and effect relationship, or we can say the scientific logic. First, let us try to know about him. F.W. Taylor, father of scientific management, born in 56 in Germantown. He was very much obsessed with order, control, discipline. He introduced a system, that is piece rate system, which definitely motivated workers and better productivity. And his philosophy is known as Taylorism philosophy. He expired in 1915. Now let's try to know his principles. First principle, science. Follow the science. Cause and effect. That is, choose the best way, logical way of doing work, not rule of thumb. Second, harmony. Do not create any chaos, any conflicts. Just work with peace, cooperation. He emphasized, let no individual should put his efforts for self-development. Let everybody work hand in hand. Maximum output in the place of restricted output. He suggested people to give their best and give the maximum output for the betterment of employees, company, and as well as society. The last principle he suggested was development of employees for the greatest efficiency and propensity. He suggested the companies, while managing, they must take care of employees and take them as human beings, not the slaves. Now, his scientific management approaches or principles gave certain advantages. Let us see. First is scientific selection and training of employees. He suggested let people be scientifically selected and trained. If they are trained properly, definitely they will increase efficiency. Harmonious relationship between the workers and the management. Let there be cordial, sound, healthy relations between all levels of management. He further stated opportunity for scientific training and development to increase skill, knowledge and competency. On the basis of Taylor's scientific principles, it was one of the very good advantage that let there be an opportunity for everybody so that they are being trained logically, their skills are being developed, their knowledge and competency raises to a higher level. Application of scientific methods. Another advantage was if we follow what Taylor said, we simply can make the use of scientific methods which are logically correct. Let higher wages to the workers for higher productivity. He further suggested let employees be encouraged, motivated for higher efficiency, higher productivity, which will in turn add on to their wages. Now let us make a move to the second contributor, Henry Fayol. He gave 14 principles of management. Fayol, famously known as father of modern management. Why? Because whatever principles he suggested were being effectively used at that time, the then time, in the next time, in the next generations, presently as well, and in future also, his principles will be utilized wholeheartedly. Let us try to understand what 14 points, tips, principles, norms for the better management he gave. Here we go. First is principle of division of work. He suggested let people be divided with the work. Let nobody be overburdened. Second, authority and responsibility. He gave a principle that let people be given authority equivalent to responsibility. There should be a balance. Third, principle of discipline. He focused on being disciplined, organized and being systematic because discipline definitely leads to punctuality, sincerity and ultimately good returns. Fourth, unity of command. He suggested let there be one single person to command. If there are many bosses, people may get confused. He further suggested if in any case there are more commanding authorities or more bosses, there should be unity of direction. They should move in the same direction for the purpose of achievement of common company's goals. Further, he suggested the principle of subordination of individual interest to the organization interest. He said, let people's interests, people's skills, knowledge be diverted or be sublimed, be merged with the organizational interests. Let individual development be merged with the company's development. Principle of centralization. He gave a principle, let there be division of work, let there be departmentation, but there must be one single authority, central authority to take care, to control and take decisions. Then principle of remuneration. Remuneration refers to making payments. So he suggested make fair remuneration, fair payments to the workers to motivate them, because people are working basically for money. Another principle, ninth, he gave as scalar chain. Scalar chain refers to let there be a continuity or two-way communication from top to bottom and bottom to top. Let there not be any distortion of chain of communication, so that the communication or ideas flow from top to bottom systematically without any distortion, and vice versa. Next is principle of order. Here order refers to everything in its place and a place for everything, creating, generating a proper system of work. Next is principle of equity. Equity refers to giving equal, similar treatment to everybody working or being a part of the organization, whatsoever position he is occupying, whether he is working at the employees level, lower level or top level or any level of management. Let people be treated equally as human beings. 12th principle he gave is stability of tenure. He suggested us that let people be given certain time limit or a sufficient time to prove themselves. Let their work be stable, let their jobs be made secured and stable, so that they work happily and use the opportunity to show and to prove themselves. Next is principle of initiative. Let people be encouraged so that they take their first interested step with new ideas, innovative ideas, better working patterns, many more new methodologies. And the 14th and the last principle he suggested is principle of esprit de corps. Esprit de corps refers to team spirit. He suggested in the form of a principle, the last principle, that let people be encouraged, motivated fully to work in teams. Let the concept of I, me, myself be deleted, and the concept of we, be together, we can and we will, that is teamwork, be very much emphasized, or we can say very much focused. Now let us see the third approach the world is following, very prominently known as Wheeler's theory, the contingency theory. The word itself denotes contingency refers to emergencies, something which is unforeseen, a future thing which is uncertain. We can say contingency means uncertainty. Let us try to understand with the help of this definition. The contingency approach to management is also known as the situational approach. As the situation, so the behavioral pattern of the manager or the leader. Holds that there is no single textbook rule for the best way to manage an organization. If we want to manage an organization, we can definitely use F.W. Taylor's scientific principles. No doubt, Henry Fayol's 14 modern principles are also very much useful, but no book, nothing, no theory can teach us as a situation can. So, in each company's cases, the best approach will be contingent upon the company's internal and external needs. Whatever needs of the company are, internal needs, external needs, situations, critical situations, challenges, the leadership or the management style should change as per the situation. This is called as the contingency approach. Now it is being divided into two extreme ends. One is very much general, contingency approach in very much general, and something which in very much specific way. Very much general means moving from very much specific to very much general. Let us see purely situational view. The view of management or leadership purely on the basis of situation. Every situation is totally unique. Even the situation may be similar. Say for example, a situation is there at present, it may be in future, but to solve it, the different patterns can be or different methods can be followed. Contingency view. What is the contingency view? In certain situations, there should be relationship between management techniques and the situations. Those can be categorized. Very general, when we are bringing it to very general systems view, what the system is possessed or followed by the company, everything is made up of systems with common features. There are certain features which are certain systems which are already established for the purpose of better management. So contingency view in a nutshell can be said as it is a situational view, situational method of leadership, management or follow-up of certain principles based on situations. Now what different three patterns or three areas Fiedler by the time of giving contingency model explained. One is leadership style, it's very important. Second is situation variables, variables which keep on changing and keep the situation in a different way. Relationship between the styles and the situation. This is what the Fiedler suggested in its contingency model. Now the contingency theory or the approach, in a nutshell, if we say it is based on a system, the system consists of these elements. We can say the elements of contingency theory, parts or components. First is culture. It can be the corporate culture, it can be outside culture, it can be the culture within which the company works. External culture, social culture, political culture, or even the culture of the nation as a whole. Then technology. Development of technology, usage of technology, availability of technology, whether it is outdated, whether it is upgraded, and the level of usage of technology also helps in follow-up of contingency theory. Next is government, the role of government in creating situations or in supporting situations or in helping to solve those situations. It's economy, the economic condition, the development level, the economic growth rate of company as well as competitors and the corporate sector as a whole. Geography, that is geographical or natural climatic conditions or geographical features also affect or help in contingency theory approach. Demography, that is a combination of population, age, gender, occupation, family size, purchasing habits, income, etc. We can say A to Z of people around, that is called as demography. Now let us try to nutshell the contingency approach in the form of characteristics. These are: management problems are different under different situations. It integrates theory with practice. Contingency theory integrates with practice, that is complete practical follow-up. It can be seen as an improvement over the systems approach. Yes, of course, it is an improvement, a step ahead of the systems approach, what company is following. It helps us to evolve practical answers, that is the practical ability of management rules, management principles for the better solutions of critical situations or unforeseen or uncertainties. Here I wind up my presentation. Thank you everybody.